The reason why I wanted to fly here was more so to show you guys a technique that I've taught my students, and that is that Lincoln Park is notorious for having a bit of a crosswind.
My name is Mike, and when I was instructing, it was always a thrill to see people succeed. With over 20 years of flying, it is one of my missions here to pass along some of the experiences I have learned, and of course, learn from others. There's a phrase I teach my students, and that is, the day you stop learning in aviation is the day you start dying in aviation, and I take that to heart. We can always learn from others, and there's no one perfect way to fly a plane, but if you listen to others' experiences, you will always progress forward safer. Please let me know if you've got tips you want to share below in the comments. Thanks for tuning in and catching this Pilot Report.
So welcome everyone. Mike here with Pilot Reports, and here in Lincoln Park, New Jersey. That's November 07. And it's my old stomping grounds. This is where I learned how to fly and taught people how to fly once I got my instructor license. And it just feels good to bring back the Bonanza. Why I'm here though is to practice a bit of landings. So Lincoln Park is a very short runway, about 2,900 feet, 900-foot displacement. So not too long. Pretty good practice with short field takeoffs and landings. Although, granted, it's not real short. But the reason why I wanted to fly here was more so to show you guys a technique that I've taught my students. And that is that Lincoln Park is notorious for having a bit of a crosswind. And I want to teach you guys how to do a pattern and maybe use some of the trees or some of the buildings around to really protect yourself from the wind if should you encounter a crosswind. Good way to read the runway, read how the plane's going to react on your final leg, and something you could brief too as far as what to expect is with mechanical turbulence or a way that you could block some of the wind, maybe get a little better of a landing or a little more control over your landing, or anticipate what's going to happen to you in the future. So we're going to depart here, 01 Lincoln Park, do a lap around the pattern, and show you what I'm talking about.
Lincoln Park traffic, any updates for final 01 Lincoln Park? Lincoln Park traffic, Bonanza's back taxi 01, departure is closed traffic, Lincoln Park.
So if I can, I always use all available runway, and with Lincoln Park you get a couple extra 100 feet if you back taxi to the end of 01. So that's what I'm doing right now, keeping an eye out for anyone in the pattern that's not on the radio or has their volume down when not paying attention. It does look like it's clear, so we'll flip around, depart, and show you what I'm talking about with this landing.
Lincoln Park traffic, Bonanza departing 01, closed traffic, Lincoln Park.
Climbing out, 100 knots, get some good airflow over the engine, good vision outside, make sure we can see what we need to see out there.
Lincoln Park traffic, Bonanza trying Crosswind 01 Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park traffic, Bonanza turning downwind 01 Lincoln Park.
Okay, so traffic pattern's about 1,200 feet.
Stay at minimum or above minimum?
We're going to level off right there. Stay about a half a mile away from the airport. So first I drop the gear, I'm below my gear speed, so I just put the gear down. I feel the difference. I see it in the mirror. Got my light and my nose wheel indicator. I do that to beam the numbers, so it starts slowing me down so I can get below my my flap arc. And once I get my flap arc, I take my flaps and just drop them fully in.
Lincoln Park traffic, Skyhawk, Bonanza's turning base 01 Lincoln Park.
Okay, so turn my base. And on my base leg, I'm going to keep about 85 knots, start my descent, and always try to maintain a spot I can make the runway. Now with the trees at Lincoln Park, what can happen is, especially with the left crosswind, you on final.
Lincoln Park traffic. Bonanza turning final 01 Lincoln Park.
You can anticipate the wind blowing across the trees. And if you anticipate that, you see the clearing just past the trees, you know that if you get past those trees on your rollout or your flare and you're starting to float, you can expect a crosswind because the trees are going to block you. So what I always try to do is drop it in below the trees, touch down, not force it down, but just control my speed. And you'll see what I'll do is I'll drop it down below the trees, adjust my throttle, and then try to put it down right before the trees would stop the wind. Because if I took too long to touch down and I actually get to this point where there's a little bit of an opening, you can expect wind to come across and the building maybe to stop it, then the wind to come across and the building to stop it, and that could push you off the runway center line or make for a squirrely landing, some uncomfortable touchdown for passengers or yourself or the plane. So it's really best to anticipate that, and that's the tip I have for you guys today. So let me clear the runway.
Lincoln Park traffic. Bonanza's clearing 01 Lincoln Park.
Clear the runway, clean the plane up, depart Lincoln Park, head back to Sky Manor. I hope you guys enjoyed the tip. It's little tips like this that helped me out with my instructors when I was learning how to fly, especially at a little bit of a difficult airport like Lincoln Park. And if you could read these things while you're on your final approach, I think you'll have a better chance of success with your landing, or anticipate what's going to happen and determine should you do a go around a little early, especially if you know you're going to be floating a little longer than you're used to or than you expected, and you're going to start getting to that open field. So until next time, guys, I'm Mike with Pilot Reports. Tune in, like, subscribe if you can, and I'll see you in the next one.